What's up? You clicked on this video. You were probably on your YouTube journey trying to create a channel. If you are creating a channel specifically in sports, and even more specifically, if you are trying to be an Eagles content creator, you came across the right video. My name is Pablo Gary, and I believe I'm the #1 Eagles fan in Maryland. And so today's video, honestly, my channel was going through a transition myself, and so I wanted to offer some insight, some information, and some tools that could potentially help you as, I guess they call us content creators these days. I'm just somebody that loves the Eagles and just loves, talking about them. And so my journey started some years ago. I would, after Eagles games, I would come on YouTube. I would follow whoever was talking about the Eagles, and I would go into the lives and the chats and, kind of give my take. And I never really felt a part of the channel. Sometimes I would, submit, my remark and never get addressed. And so, I wanted to make a channel where no matter who you are, where you are, or how you came across my channel, you felt heard, you felt seen, and you felt like you was a part of the channel, like you actually had a connection. And so last year, I started, had 400 subscribers. Now I think we're right around 4,000, like 3.8 thousand subscribers. And so we're not doing too bad, but I'm also not like one of the top guys. Like in terms of numbers, I'm not a top guy, but I think I can offer you, some advice on how to have success in this space. And so that's what I want to do today, man. Just kind of pass it along. And it's not like I'm deleting my channel or anything like that. I just honestly want to see somebody else be great and do great. And so somebody help me. Well, honestly, that's a lie. That's a lie. I'm being humble. Nobody helped me, but I feel like if there was a channel that I watched and they inspired me, then they kind of ghost helped me in a way. So shout out to the Eagle content creators out there doing your thing. I'm sure I probably watched your channel a couple of times, so shout out to you guys. But yeah, so let's just get into your why. In everything in life, you got to have a why. You got to have a reason. Like I said earlier, my why is because huge Eagles fan. I wanted to, have, dialogue and conversations about the Eagles. I remember there was times where we had losing seasons, not too many, but we had losing seasons, and I would go to bed like that, angry, upset, all the above. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, I gotta get this out, pause, some way, somehow, man. So I'm like, man, how about I just start my own channel? It was rough. Oh boy, it was rough. That's one thing that you have to understand and accept when you first start doing YouTube. It is going to be rough. If you're looking for overnight success, if you're looking for the microwave effect, you're looking for the, hey man, I want a #4 and go right around the corner and get your meal, YouTube is not going to be the place. And so you got to be patient and you got to truly want it for yourself. Let me talk about the psychological side of that. Sometimes you may be embarrassed to speak to camera. Maybe you are afraid of people's opinions. Maybe you just like, man, people are really harsh online. They really are not filtered with what they say. If I say something they don't like, they're going to say this, they're going to say that. But honestly, you got to just find a way to get past that. You got to get past that because there is always going to be somebody that doesn't necessarily see it how you see it. And until you get to the point where you understand that that's okay and that's also a part of the process, then, you're going to be stuck. So yeah, like I would say, know your why, do it for the right reason, because you will get burnt out. If you are anything like me and you try to like give it your best and give it 110%, you're going to get burnt out because that's just your pace. Your pace is, man, let's do it. Let's go. And so I would, man, put the blinders on. Like even to yourself. Sometimes you got to put the blinders on yourself, like, because, we sometimes allow, I know me personally, I have allowed self-doubt to creep in, and I'm like, I don't know about this video. 20, 35-minute video, great video to somebody. Like, man, why did you delete that? But to me, it's like, delete that self-doubt. Don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Resist the urge to do that because that's going to come up. Know your why. And don't compete. Don't compete. I mean, it's hard because it's like you may look at somebody else's page or their channel. You say, oh man, I would have said it this way, or he didn't say that, or he forgot to mention this. But that's a great thing because that's where you step in. That's where you could be the difference. That's where you could offer your take. That's where you could offer value. So yeah, man, I think YouTube is a really great spot. YouTube is therapeutic for me. I don't know about you guys, but for me, it's a space where I can offer up my opinion. I could get positive or negative feedback, and I can do with that information as I please. And so you got to have thick skin. You got to be tough. But if this is what you want to do, you got to do it, right? So I feel like something's up my nose. What it is? All right, let's talk about gear, equipment. Like, you can't just, I mean, you can, technically, you could just wake up and turn on your phone and create a account. So obviously you want to start with your name. My name is very unique. Your name is unique. Everybody has something unique to them, right? And to me, that's their name. So what is your name going to be? It doesn't have to be overly complicated. It can be super simple. Just something that you think people will remember, something that you think people will think about. Like, if the Eagles win or lose, at the time, Think Eagles to me was a catchy name. It's weird because I actually started the channel with the name Bird Gang Media, but I'm a little weird. So as a father, I'm like, my son is getting older. I don't want him to think I was a part of a real gang, right? So I got to change it. So I changed it to Think Eagles. And Think Eagles really came about because I was going through a period in my life where I was facing a very serious medical situation. And, my physical was all over the place. Like, I couldn't even pick up a camera. I couldn't, turn my mic on. I couldn't pick up my computer, let alone get out of the bed. Like, all I could literally do is think about the Eagles. And so I went with that. But now I'm going through a transition where, I've been doing this for so long, that I don't want myself to overly identify like with the Eagles, right? Because I'm so much more than just a content creator that talks about the Eagles casually. There's so much more to my life. And so the Eagles are definitely a part of that, but it's not the centerpiece of all of that. So, like, your name is super important. So yes, try to stay away from Fly Eagles Fly Dash 666 or something crazy like that. Numbers. Just come up with something unique that you feel is unique and something that like you would follow. So, and I think that's with everything. So let's talk about gear really quick because I don't want this video to be too long. And anything that you do, to me, and everybody has different opinions and viewpoints of how they look at this. Audio to me is going to be important. Like, that's key. That's top, right? I didn't used to think like that. For me, I got to have the best cinematic camera. I got to have this quality, that quality, this lens, and it's not necessary. These days, you could pick up your iPhone as long as you invest in some kind of audio that is clear, that people can listen. You got to remember, people listening to this, they're listening in their AirPods, their cars, headphones, speaker, whatever it is, right? Like, they're listening to it. And so it has to be a good listening experience. You don't want it to be cracky and a whole bunch of white noise and distorted. You don't want that. So I would invest in a really, really good microphone. That's just me. Not some people say, I go 50-50. I go in a decent camera and a decent microphone. It's whatever floats your boat. But for me, the camera that I have is decent. Some may say, man, that's a really good camera. Behind that really good camera is me actually knowing how to get the most out of it. You know what I mean? So you could do the same thing with the microphone. You could get a lesser microphone, but if you know what you're doing on the audio side, you could make that microphone sound like, Hollywood quality. So for me, having a light is also important as well. Illumination is key. Nobody's going to watch you in the dark. I surely wouldn't, even if you had, great audio. And so all of these things come together. The computer that you're using to edit your video, the audio interface that you have. My microphone is going into this audio interface. This is a Zoom F6 audio field recorder. And the reason why I like it is because my iPhone can power that. So essentially I have a setup on the go. So I could use this more cinematic, if you will, setup. And then I could also, if I'm, doing run and gun, I could use my phone if I'm doing a live stream, but I could also have this level of quality here. So it just all depends on how much you are willing to invest in yourself. You have to invest in yourself. If you don't invest in yourself, and that's just with anything in life, who's going to do it, right? So you got your gear, you got your name, you got your why. The only thing that's left is to continue to sort of cast your net out there, man. Like, your people are out there. You can look at a channel and say, oh man, they got 190,000 subscribers. Oh man, this channel, they had 50,000, they got 25, they got 10, they got 3. Don't concern yourself with that. You just need to concern yourself with your content, your schedule, uploads. That's something that I didn't do initially. Great at being organized, saying, hey, I'm gonna set aside this particular day at this particular time. But when you're a family, a growing family, like I am, you don't really, like, you're kind of on the go a lot. And so yeah, like, it just depends on what space you're in. Like, if you're college kid, ain't got nothing but time, listen, do it. Somebody like myself, mid-30s, has responsibilities, wife, children, you're gonna have to make it fit to you. And so that's another reason why I'm kind of changing the sort of foundation of my channel, is because I'm growing as well. I don't want to talk about the Eagles 24/7. I want to be able to speak to my audience and say, you know what, hey, they care enough to listen to me outside of Eagles. And that's where you ultimately want to get to, where you have, it's one thing to have subscribers, but you don't have a support system. You gotta have people that actually support you. Prime example, one of my subscribers, awesome guy, awesome wife, awesome family, awesome children, and gave me an opportunity to come up to Philadelphia, pay for my ticket, pay for everything. And that was off of just his connection with me. And also have done some other personal things to assist me. That was just off of, pure connection. So, and I didn't know that, when I had one view, when nobody was watching my channel. I promise you, when I first started, I had like 5 views per video. And I'm telling you, I know I gave myself about 3 of those 5 views, guaranteed. I probably gave myself realistically all 5 views. That's just how tough it was. So yeah, man, I don't think it's too much to say. As long as you have the desire, you have a little bit of financials to kind of get you up and going. Now, can you get started with just the iPhone, no audio, whatever? Yes, absolutely. I'm not saying you absolutely need my setup or this setup to be successful. You don't. You certainly need commitment. You certainly need, the desire to just do it. So do it. Do it. Don't look to your left. Don't look to your right. Focus on yourself. Focus on your channel. And I'm telling you, your people will come to you and they will support you. They will support you. So, yeah, man, if you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, this video was really to help the next generation of Eagle content creators. I want to be a channel that gives away information. I don't want to be somebody that, people can't touch or talk to. You know what I mean? So just because they may think they have a certain subscriber count, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, who are you as a person? Like, it's one thing to know you on this camera, but like, who are you at the link? Like, who are you when I'm in line and you're in line and we're both putting our tickets in to go watch the Eagles play week 1? And we're both fans at that point. Subscribers and likes and all of that doesn't really matter. So just be genuine, be yourself. There's nobody like you. The only person that I can be is Pablo Gary, because I don't know how to be anything else. So hopefully this video was encouraging to you. Do it, man. Trust me, it's fun. It's fun doing YouTube. It's fun being creative in that way. It's fun to see yourself grow. That's one thing I can say. Like, I've seen myself grow just from everything, from the setup to, you know, how I structure my videos, the whole bit, right? So hopefully this helps somebody. And yeah, I'm excited. If it helped you, put it in the chat. Hey man, Pablo, you helped me. I appreciate it. Thank you for giving me the game. I just want to know that I helped at least one person, because that's all I really care about. But I'm just trying to think, is there anything else? Is there anything else? Don't be afraid to mess up. Don't be afraid. Pablo, watch that chord, please. Don't be afraid to do takes, redo. Like, that's the beautiful thing about YouTube. You can restart, do it again. Like, let's go. You know what I mean? And that's a life lesson. You know, not in every arena do you get another start, right? So go on YouTube, study, you know, cameras, study audio, study all of these things, man. Learn this stuff, because once you got it as a skill, nobody can take it away. Nobody could take it away at all. So yeah, man, I am Pablo Gary, and thank you guys for checking out today's video. I really appreciate it, man. Hopefully it helped you. And let me know what your channel is. Let me know how I can support, and if I can subscribe. I know I can subscribe, so just let me know your channel, and I promise I'll subscribe and, you know, check your channel out, man. But the goal is to help people, put out the right information, and yeah, go from there. So as always, fly, Eagles, fly. Peace.